Think the 60s GM muscle cars were all about the big names like GTO and Chevel? Think again. There's a whole world of weird, wild, and underrated GM muscle cars from the 1960s that you've probably never heard of, until now. Number 15, Pontiac Tempest Lemans, 1964. In 1964, Pontiac introduced the Tempest Lemans HO as their top mid-size performance car. It came with a powerful 280 horsepower, 326 cubic inch engine. The engine had a Carter AFB 4-barrel carburetor and dual exhausts, and it required premium fuel to perform at its best. At first, it seemed like the Lemans HO was going to dominate. However, Pontiac hid the GTO in through the back door, and suddenly, the Lemans HO was forgotten by many. Even though it's not well known, the Lemans HO is quite rare. Pontiac built 32,450 GTOs that year, but only 4,819 cars came with these special 326 HO engines for manual transmissions. This makes the Lemans HO an unusual find among muscle cars. When looking at the Lemans HO, one might notice its strange history. The car was designed as a high-performance machine, but its recognition was overshadowed by the GTO. With its dual exhaust and 4-barrel carburetor, it was clearly a muscle car, but the GTO took the spotlight. The car's engine, which demanded premium fuel, made it a bit more finicky than other muscle cars of the time. In fact, it wasn't just fast, but also required special care to maintain its performance. A truly unique feature of the Lemans HO was its unusual design choices. Pontiac used special parts like the 12-bolt rear end with 3.42 gears, an Eaton Posey unit, and Moser forged axles to improve performance. These parts gave the car extra strength and stability, something not commonly found in similar models. Adding to its oddity, the Lemans HO came with a Muncium 24-speed gearbox, rebuilt to enhance driving experience. The engine was not just powerful, but also had unique upgrades. The 6X heads and Lunati cam added to its power, making it an odd but fierce performer. It's also interesting how the Lemans HO was painted silver mist gray, a color not often seen on many muscle cars. With the addition of the GTO hood and Rally 2 wheels, the car became a strange yet impressive example of Pontiac's attempt to make a memorable muscle car, though it was overshadowed by the GTO. Number 14, Chevrolet Corvette Mako Shark, 1961. In 1961, the Chevrolet Corvette Mako Shark made its debut, and it was unlike anything seen before. The car's design was inspired by a real-life shark, the Mako, which had been caught off the coast of Florida. The Mako Shark wasn't just a car. It was a wild idea brought to life, mixing futuristic style with sharp details that made it stand out. Its iridescent blue and white paint job looked like the shark it was named after, making the car shimmer in a way that no other car could. The design of the Mako Shark was very dramatic. It had a long front end and 6 taillights that gave it a unique look. On the front, there were gills, just like those of a real shark. The roof was also special, featuring a clear bubble design that gave it a futuristic and elegant appearance. These details made the Mako Shark stand out from every other car of its time. Under the hood, the Mako Shark wasn't short on power. Several engines were tested in the car, each one more unusual than the last. One of the engines was a supercharged V8 with 4 side draft carburetors, and another had fuel injection with 2 4-barrel carburetors. However, the final engine in the Mako Shark is a production of 1969 427 cubic inch ZL1 Chevrolet V8. This engine had an all-aluminum block, heads, and intake manifold, making it one of the lightest and most powerful engines of its time. It also featured a single 4-barrel carburetor, and it could make over 425 horsepower. The combination of futuristic design and powerful engine made the Mako Shark a strange and memorable car. Its looks were inspired by the sharp, sleek appearance of the Mako Shark, and its engine was designed to match the raw power and speed of a Predator. The Mako Shark's weirdness wasn't just in its looks, but in its performance and unique features that made it one of the most eye-catching muscle cars in history. Number 13, Chevrolet Camaro Z28, 1967. In 1967, the Chevrolet Camaro Z28 emerged as a strange and powerful car that was almost hidden from the public. The Z28 package was designed to make the Camaro race-ready right from the dealer, but it was not advertised in any sales brochures. This mysterious muscle car featured a close-ratio Muncie 4-speed manual transmission and a small block 302 cubic-inch V8 engine. The engine was very special as it was designed to race in the Trans Am series, which required engines smaller than 305 cubic inches. One of the most interesting things about the Z28 was its power rating. The engine was officially listed at 290 horsepower, but it was much more powerful than that. In reality, the engine could produce up to 360 horsepower with a single carburetor or 400 horsepower with dual carburetors. The Z28's engine had an aluminum intake manifold and a 4-barrel vacuum secondary Holley carburetor. This combination allowed the Z28 to rev high, making it a true racing machine. But despite all this, the car was kept somewhat secret, as it wasn't mentioned in any Chevrolet marketing. On the outside, the Z28 had some distinctive features that made it stand out. The car came with racing stripes on the hood and trunk lid, along with 302 fender emblems on the early models. These details gave the Z28 a unique look compared to other Camaros. The Z28 also came with upgraded suspension parts, making it handle better than most muscle cars of its time. As for the wheels, the Z28 was equipped with 15-inch rally wheels, which were larger than the 14-inch wheels on most other Camaros. This allowed the car to have better traction on the road. In addition, the Z28 could be combined with the RS package, which added hidden headlights and a revised grille. Despite being a race-ready car, only 602 Z28s were sold in 1967. This made it a rare and weird muscle car that many didn't even know existed at the time. Number 12. Chevrolet Chevel SS 396, 1965. The 1965 Chevrolet Chevel SS 396 is considered one of the most unusual and collectible muscle cars. While Chevrolet had initially planned to build a limited number of Chevel with a high-performance engine, things didn't go as planned, and instead they ended up creating a very rare model. Only 201 Super Sport models with the Z16 package were made. This package included the massive 396 cubic-inch V8 engine, which was capable of producing an impressive 375 horsepower. The engine was paired with a wide-ratio 4-speed Muncie transmission and a 3.3:1 rear axle. The car also came with an extra-duty suspension system featuring a 1-inch front stabilizer bar and a special rear bar designed to handle the power of the engine. The Chevel SS 396 was also equipped with 7.7 to 14 2-ply gold-striped tires and 15-inch rally wheels. On the inside, it was fitted with bucket seats, a 160-amp speedometer, a tachometer redlined at 6,000 RPM, and an AM/FM stereo radio. The Z16 package gave the car some unique features. For example, the SS 396 had special turbojet flags on the fenders and a Malibu SS 396 plaque on the back. This was the first time that the nameplate Z16 had been used, marking the car as something special and different. But what made it even weirder was the fact that only one Z16 convertible was built, making it even more rare. The car's performance was impressive for its time, with a mid to high 14-second quarter-mile time and a top speed of just under 100 miles per hour. The Chevel SS 396, weighing around 3,600 to 3,700 pounds, was fast and powerful, but its handling wasn't the best due to its front-heavy weight distribution. Even though the SS 396 wasn't as famous as other muscle cars of its time, its rarity and unique features make it a special and weird piece of automotive history. The combination of the powerful engine, unique design, and limited production makes the Chevel SS 396 a standout in the muscle car world. Number 11. Pontiac GTO Judge 1969. The Pontiac GTO Judge 1969 was a wild and weird muscle car, a true eye-catcher of its time. It was not just another version of the GTO. This car had something special. With its striking colors, bold graphics, and powerful engine, it became a symbol of the muscle car era. What made it weird was how Pontiac added flair to a performance machine, turning it into something that was both fast and flashy. Its appearance was designed to make a statement, but it wasn't all about the look. Under the hood, the GTO Judge had the power to back it up. The Pontiac GTO Judge featured a V8 engine with a displacement of 400 cubic inches and Ram air induction. It had a 4-barrel carburetor, which made it a serious contender in street races. With an output of 366 horsepower, the car could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 6 seconds and run a quarter mile in 14.45 seconds. These numbers made the GTO Judge a force to be reckoned with. But the weird part was how Pontiac combined extreme performance with outlandish visual elements. It had a blacked-out grille, a giant 60-inch rear spoiler, and a set of functional hood scoops that screamed, "Look at me!" Its body stripes and colorful decals weren't just for decoration either. They added a bold, almost cartoonish element that made the car stand out among other muscle cars of its time. This was the muscle car made for young buyers looking to make a statement, not just race down the street. It was a muscle car, but it had personality, something that made it weird and wonderful at the same time. As the years went by, the GTO Judge evolved. In the 1970 models, it retained its aggressive stance, with changes like 4 exposed headlamps and a restyled rear bumper. Even though the power was slightly toned down, with a standard engine offering 335 horsepower, the car was still fast. The GTO Judge continued to draw attention, but by 1971, its reign was over. The era of the wild muscle car was ending, and the GTO Judge faded into history. Number 10. Oldsmobile 442 W30, 1967. The 1967 Oldsmobile 442 W30 is a strange and interesting muscle car that looks different from other vehicles of its time. From the outside, it has a striking burgundy mist and a black vinyl top. The body style of the car is also unusual, with a narrower grille and louvered hood, making it stand out in a crowd of muscle cars. The headlights, split by a rectangular park signal light, give it a unique front-end look. This car was definitely designed to catch the eye, with chrome bumpers, hood vents, and dual side mirrors. Moving to the engine, the Oldsmobile 442 W30 comes with a powerful 400 cubic inch V8 engine, known as the Rocket V8. This engine delivers 360 horsepower and 440 pounds of torque. What makes it stand out is the 4-barrel carburetor that helps the engine breathe more efficiently, giving it that extra boost. The car's performance is also enhanced with an upgraded camshaft and stronger valve springs, making it one of the more unusual muscle cars of its era. The car also features a trunk-mounted battery, which was not very common back then. This added a touch of uniqueness to the design. The Oldsmobile 442 W30 had a 3-speed automatic transmission, offering smooth shifts, but it also gave the option for a 4-speed manual, adding to the car's versatility. The exhaust system is another interesting feature. It has a dual exhaust with chrome tips, which is more commonly found in high-performance cars, giving it a distinct sound and look. The interior of the car is quite basic, with black vinyl upholstery and gray cloth inserts. It may not seem like much, but it still carries a certain charm, with bucket seats and a console-mounted automatic shifter. The dashboard features gauges like a 120 miles per hour speedometer, a 6,000 RPM tachometer, and others, making the driver feel in control of this high-speed machine. Despite its strange design choices and unique features, the Oldsmobile 442 W30 managed to make a lasting impression on the world of muscle cars, leaving behind a legacy of performance and boldness. Number 9. Buick Skylark GS 400, 1965. The 1965 Buick Skylark GS 400 is a strange and unusual muscle car, with a unique mix of style and power. Buick took a bold step when it introduced its first muscle car, the Skylark Grand Sport. At first, it might seem like a regular car, but its powerful engine and eye-catching design made it anything but ordinary. The car features a bright flame-red paint that still shines beautifully, showing off its classic muscle car look. Under the hood, the Buick Skylark GS 400 stands out with a 401 cubic inch V8 engine from the year 1966. This engine is paired with dual 4-barrel Edelbrock carburetors, which boosts its power to around 340 horsepower. It may seem like a standard muscle car engine, but its vintage touch makes it different from the rest. The car's drivetrain also includes a Borg-Warner T10 4-speed manual transmission and a 12-bolt rear axle with a 3.36 gear ratio. This setup makes the car unique in how it delivers power to the wheels, offering a fun and powerful driving experience. The exterior of the car is just as interesting. It has a full horizontal ribbed grille and dual headlights, with some chrome accents along the body, including the iconic Buick vents. These vents are non-functional, but they still add to the car's strange charm. The car sits on 14-inch Magnum 500 wheels, wrapped in redline Dayton Daytona radials, adding a classic muscle car look. However, there's a small spot of rust bubbling on the passenger door, showing its age despite the restoration. Inside the car, the interior features red vinyl door panels, with pleated and buttoned center sections. The bucket seats are also made of red vinyl, with chrome trim adding a touch of class. A floor shifter sits between the front seats, and a tachometer is mounted in the center. Although the car has some upgrades like air conditioning, the overall look remains true to the original design, keeping its factory feel intact. The Buick Skylark GS 400 is a muscle car that combines powerful performance with a vintage yet strange style, making it one of the weirdest muscle cars ever made. Number 8. Chevrolet Impala SS 427, 1966. The 1966 Chevrolet Impala Supersport 427 is a strange muscle car that combines power and luxury in a way that makes it stand out from the crowd. At first glance, it may look like just another full-size convertible, but under the hood, it hides a beast. This car was equipped with a 427 cubic inch V8 engine, which was a big deal for that time. The L36 version of the engine produced 390 horsepower and 460 pounds of torque, which made it powerful enough to provide an unforgettable driving experience. But Chevrolet didn't stop there. For those who wanted more power, the L72 version of the 427 engine was available, pushing the horsepower rating to 425. This engine had a solid lifter cam, bigger valves, and a Holley 4-barrel carburetor, making it a true muscle car setup. Even though the horsepower rating was eventually reduced to 425, it was still an impressive amount of power for a full-size car. The car's 4-speed transmission and 3.31 axle ratio added to its sporty feel, making it not just a straight-line performer but also fun to drive on twisty roads. The Impala SS 427 was more than just a powerhouse. It had a smooth and comfortable ride thanks to its well-tuned suspension package. Number 7. Pontiac Firebird 400, 1967. The 1967 Pontiac Firebird 400 is a unique and strange muscle car that stands out with its powerful engine and bold design. When Pontiac introduced the Firebird, it was clear that they were aiming for something different. Under the hood, the Firebird 400 was powered by a 400 cubic inch V8 engine, delivering 325 horsepower and 410 pounds-feet of torque. The engine was impressive, but what made it even more unusual was its connection to the GTO's famous engine, the L78. Pontiac made a few tweaks to make it fit perfectly into the Firebird, making it a bit different but still full of muscle. The Firebird's performance was further enhanced with a 4-speed manual transmission and a heavy-duty cooling system. However, the Firebird was not perfect when it came to performance. Weighing in at 3,855 pounds, it wasn't the lightest muscle car. This affected its quarter-mile times, which were slower than expected for such a powerful engine. Despite this, the Firebird's solid build and smooth ride made it a strange but enjoyable car to drive. One of the standout features of the Firebird was its traction bars, which were designed to prevent axle hop during acceleration. These bars were more like miniature funny car lift bars, making them very unusual for a car of this type. The traction arms also had an adjustable positive stop, allowing drivers to customize the car's handling for different conditions. This showed that Pontiac was focused on providing a unique and adjustable driving experience for their customers. The Firebird also offered the option of a Ram Air package, which boosted the engine's performance even further. The Ram Air package included open hood scoops, low-restriction exhaust manifolds, and a high-performance camshaft. This package increased the Firebird's horsepower to 335, making it even more powerful and strange for a car of its size. Overall, the 1967 Pontiac Firebird 400 was a muscle car that combined impressive power with unique features and a distinct design. Its strange performance characteristics and innovative touches made it one of the most interesting muscle cars of its time. Number 6. Chevrolet Biscane 409, 1961. The The 1961 Chevrolet Biscane 409 is a strange muscle car that combines lightweight with a powerful engine, making it stand out among its full-size siblings. Unlike most other Biscanes of the time, which were designed for municipalities or salespeople, this one was built with drag racing in mind. With just 142 units produced, the Biscane 409 is a rare sight, especially when compared to the more popular Impala models. The Fleetmaster trim level of this car was a basic, no-frills version, meant to keep the cost low while offering performance. Under the hood, the Biscane 409 was equipped with a 409 cubic inch V8 engine. This engine produced 360 horsepower, which was a huge amount of power for a car that wasn't meant to be flashy. The engine was backed by a 4-speed manual transmission and featured 3.3 gears in the rear end, giving the car both speed and handling. However, what makes the Biscane 409 so weird is that it was built as a drag racing car in a full-size body, without the luxury features that would typically be found in other high-performance cars. The interior was as stripped down as they come. The car did not have comfort features like armrests or a sun visor for the passenger, which were commonly found in other cars of the time. Instead, it was built for speed and performance, with gray and black upholstery that has been remarkably preserved. The car's design was practical, using paint instead of chrome to save costs, but this gave it a rough utilitarian look that added to its uniqueness. This particular Biscane has a fascinating history. It was used in drag racing from 1961 to 1975, and it has been meticulously restored to its original condition. The restoration was done by SoCal Speed Shop, and the car looks as if it just rolled off the factory floor. The engine bay is spotless, and even the undercarriage is cleaner than most cars on the road today. Despite being a car designed for racing, the Biscane 409 was built with a level of durability and power that makes it a standout in the world of weird muscle cars. Number 5, Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, 1963. The Chevrolet Corvette Stingray from the year 1963 is one of those muscle cars that strays far from the ordinary. At first glance, it may seem like just another stylish, powerful sports car, but its specs reveal something truly unusual. While many muscle cars in this era were designed for brute force and high speeds, the Corvette Stingray added a unique twist with its blend of performance and peculiar features. One of the most notable changes is its suspension system. Unlike most cars of the time, the Corvette adopted an all-independent suspension, drastically improving its handling. However, this innovation came with a twist. It wasn't perfectly tuned for everyday roads. When the road gets bumpy, the rear end of the car becomes skittish, making the ride a little wild. Moving to the steering, this car offers two options: manual and power steering. Though the power steering feels remarkably smooth, it might seem unnecessary since the manual version is incredibly light, making it a little redundant. The steering wheel itself is tilted at an odd angle, making it a bit different from most cars. While it's comfortable for some, others might find it unusual. Not to mention, the seating arrangements are a bit strange as well. The seats can be adjusted to an almost perfect position for most drivers, but the clutch pedal has an annoying amount of travel, making it inconvenient for stop-and-go traffic. The interior space offers yet another oddity. The Corvette has a trunk that can only be accessed from the inside, as the back is filled with the fuel tank and spare wheel. On top of that, the rear seating space is limited, offering little more than enough room for an occasional passenger. The car also features a strange T-handle parking brake, which further separates it from the traditional muscle car design. Even the braking system of the Corvette Stingray is a little out of the ordinary. While many muscle cars during this time stuck with basic drum brakes, the Corvette featured Delco Moraine power brakes with steel drums. While it did make improvements in braking performance, it still fell short of expectations when compared to disc brakes. These odd features combined with its overall design make the 1963 Corvette Stingray one of the weirdest muscle cars to hit the streets. Number 4, Pontiac Bonavville 421, 1963. The Pontiac Bonavville from the year 1963 is one of those cars that goes beyond the usual muscle car blueprint. It brings more than just power. It offers an interesting mix of features that set it apart. One of the strangest aspects is the engine options available. The car comes equipped with a 421 cubic inch V8. and it was paired with a rare floor-shift 4-speed manual transmission, a combination that was only made in 15 units. The engine also had factory tri-power carburetors, with 3 Rochester 2-barrel carbs, making the car even more unusual for its time. The body of the Bonavville also adds to its weird factor. It was originally blue, but the car received a full professional color change to Starlight Black. This custom color isn't common, especially for a car known for its muscle car roots. Despite the color change, everything else remains remarkably original. There's no rust, filler, or any accident repair, and the body stays perfectly straight, making this a rare find. The exterior also features well-maintained chrome and rubber trim, all in excellent condition, which adds a surprising level of refinement to this performance machine. Inside, the Bonaville's interior is just as peculiar. Though it started with a blue interior, it was swapped out for high-quality black leather, keeping everything original except for the color. The interior also has wood and metal trim, a nice touch for a muscle car. Not to be missed, the car features a factory tachometer and gauges for oil, temperature, and vacuum. However, the weirdest feature may be the dual speaker system, which is a bit fancy for a car that was built for power and speed. Other unusual elements include the rare factory 8-lug wheels and dual exhaust with a safe T-track rear differential. These features, along with the engine and transmission setup, make the Pontiac Bonavville from 1963 a truly unique and odd addition to the muscle car world. Its oddities are part of what makes it stand out from other cars of its time. Number 3. Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser 330, 1964. The 1964 Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser is a muscle car with some truly weird features that make it stand out from the crowd. This isn't your typical muscle car. Instead, it's a stylish family vehicle with a twist. The Vista Cruiser introduced a raised roof with skylights over the rear cargo area, a design element that made it feel more like a futuristic space shuttle than a family car. These glass panels were a quirky touch, letting sunlight pour into the cabin and giving everyone inside an almost panoramic view of the sky above. This feature, while unique, gave the Vista Cruiser an air of sophistication rarely found in cars designed for road trips. As for the exterior, the Vista Cruiser came with long, sweeping lines and a chrome grille that gave it a bold presence on the road. But what really made it weird was the body style. The Vista Cruiser was a station wagon, which at the time wasn't usually known for being a muscle car, but this one broke the mold. Inside, it offered spacious seating with plush materials and wood grain accents, creating a comfortable atmosphere for long trips. The odd combination of style and function made the car feel luxurious, while still serving the practical needs of a family vehicle. Under the hood, the Vista Cruiser offered a 330 cubic inch Rocket V8 engine. Though it wasn't the most powerful option available, it was still a big surprise for a station wagon. It could produce anywhere from 210 to 230 horsepower, depending on the carburation and year. The weirdest thing about the Vista Cruiser's engine was its versatility. You could choose between several different options, such as a Buick V6 engine or even a more powerful 394 cubic inch engine, adding to the car's strange ability to deliver both power and practicality. While the Vista Cruiser had many options, it wasn't all about raw speed. It was designed for comfort, with features like power steering, air conditioning, and even a choice of radios. These odd combinations made the Vista Cruiser a muscle car in disguise, offering something unique for families who wanted style and comfort, but still craved a bit of performance. It was, without a doubt, a muscle car with some weird and surprising features. Number 2. Cadillac El Dorado, 1967. The 1967 Cadillac El Dorado Coupe is a strange mix of luxury and muscle cars, creating a one-of-a-kind vehicle. What makes it stand out is that it was the first in its lineup to feature a front-wheel drive system, which was quite unusual for a big luxury car like this. This new system allowed for a spacious cabin, offering plenty of room for passengers, unlike the typical rear-wheel drive vehicles of the time. One of the oddest features of the Cadillac El Dorado Coupe is its hideaway headlights. These were vacuum-operated caps that covered the 4 headlamps, making them pop up when needed. The front of the car also had a unique egg crate grille, with chrome inserts and a metallic bumper that was slightly ahead of the rest of the fascia, providing extra protection against minor collisions. These features gave the El Dorado an elegant and futuristic look, but it still had some strange characteristics due to its front-wheel drive design. For example, the car had a long front overhang, a result of the front-wheel drive platform. However, to distract from this awkward design, the car had other interesting elements, such as the marker lights on the front fenders and frameless windows. The rear of the car was just as unusual, with triangular vertical taillights mounted on the rear quarter panels, split by a narrow piece of metal. These odd design choices gave the car a unique yet slightly unconventional appearance. Inside, the El Dorado coupe had a strange setup. The lack of a transmission tunnel because of the front-wheel drive design allowed for a completely flat floor, making it easy for passengers to move from one side to the other. It also had a bench seat for 3 at the front, which was a bit unusual for a muscle car. The car's power came from a big 429 cubic inch V8 engine capable of producing 340 horsepower, sent to the front wheels through a 3-speed automatic gearbox. This strange blend of power and luxury made the 1967 Cadillac El Dorado coupe a weird yet memorable muscle car of its time. Number 1. Pontiac Catalina 389, 1961. The 1961 Pontiac Catalina 389 is one weird muscle car that doesn't fit the usual mold. Known for its unique batwing sedan design, the Catalina was quite a departure from traditional muscle cars of the era. While many muscle cars were built for speed and power on the drag strip, this Catalina was lighter and built with a design that appealed to drag racers, making it stand out in the world of muscle cars. One strange detail is how Pontiac split production between 2 models, the sporty bubble top and the batwing sedan. The batwing was a bit lighter, though just by 30 pounds, making it more appealing for racers. This small weight difference made a huge impact on the strip, where every ounce mattered. The real oddity comes when looking at the Catalina's restoration. The car was turned into a super stock tribute, which was a throwback to the drag racing cars of the 60s. Most of the original features, like the cameo white exterior and blue interior, were stripped away. Instead, it was given a bold Coronado red paint job, a vintage color not often seen on muscle cars. This made the Catalina stand out from the usual white or blue cars that dominated the scene at the time. The interior was also customized to fit the Superstock theme, with a unique design that Pontiac never originally offered. The cabin featured a special cloth and vinyl design built specifically for racing. Other weird additions included deleting the radio and heater, swapping in a sun tachometer, and adding period-correct Stewart-Warner gauges for water temperature, oil pressure, and amps. These changes helped the Catalina feel like a race-ready car, with no distractions or unnecessary features. Under the hood, the Catalina kept its original 389 cubic inch V8 engine. The engine wasn't rebuilt to full race specs, but instead received new rings and gaskets, keeping the classic power while adding a tri-power setup. A 4-speed manual transmission was installed to push the car's power to the pavement. All of these odd modifications gave the Catalina a unique vibe that made it both a classic muscle car and a showstopper in drag racing circles. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.